Cred has launched a new platform called Svalbard, designed to help Indians better understand and manage their credit. But before we get into what Svalbard offers, let's look at a key issue in India's financial landscape. Welcome to our weekly news show here at Backstage with Millionaires. I'm Caleb Friesen, your host, and this is actually a special episode. It's episode 250 of this weekly news show. We've been doing this for a long time, so if you're a long-time subscriber, then make sure to leave a comment down below and let us know how long you've been watching this show for. I'd just love to hear from you and get to know you a little bit better. So while the number of credit card users in India is increasing, many still don't know their credit score or how it affects their ability to get loans or credit cards, which by the way also influences the interest rates that banks offer you. So that's the gap that Cred aims to address with Svalbard. One of their key features is Aurora, which makes credit scores more interactive. Instead of just displaying a static number, it visually changes based on financial decisions, helping users understand how their actions impact their credit worthiness. Then there's Foresight, a tool that predicts how choices like taking a loan or missing a payment might impact a user's score. And then finally, Compass helps users set personalized credit goals with a clear roadmap to achieve them. Now, while these tools make credit score management more transparent, they don't contribute directly to Cred's revenue, and that's where Cash Plus comes into the picture. So Cred's founder, Kunal Shah, points out that borrowing against mutual funds has traditionally been limited to high net worth individuals, but now Cred is making this option available to a broader base with loans starting at 8.99% interest. This allows users to borrow against their investments without having to liquidate them, and lending has become one of Cred's core revenue streams, with their loan book already crossing 19,000 crore rupees. With Cash Plus, the company is expanding their lending offerings to cater to a wider range of customers with diverse needs. All right, next up in the news, let's talk about AI here, and specifically this AI startup called Lossfunk. So they just won first place at the ElevenLabs Hackathon in Bengaluru last weekend, and they built a multi-agent AI system called Hitchcock, which can research, write scripts, create storyboards, cast actors, plan cinematography, and produce a video all from a single prompt. So here's how it works. You give it a single prompt for your movie, it feeds that prompt into a scriptwriter agent, which does the research and writes the script, and this script is then sent to the storyboarding agent, which breaks it into scenes while coordinating with the director of photography agent to generate visuals for each scene. And then finally, ElevenLabs' voice technology syncs audio with the video, creating a complete film, and this is completely automated by AI. So if you haven't heard of Lossfunk, you might recognize its founder, Paras Chopra. He is also the founder of Wingify, a SaaS startup that he sold for $200 million back in January, and now he's using this success to fund cutting-edge AI projects from India. But Lossfunk wasn't the only team making a name for itself at the ElevenLabs Hackathon. EOS Labs, founded by Varun Maya, secured second place with Echo, a voice assistant that they're calling the Jarvis for journaling. It transforms scattered thoughts and emotions into structured, trackable data, and they're gearing up for a market launch soon. All right, next up, at Backstage with Millionaires, we've been dedicated to empowering entrepreneurs over the last 6 years. And during this journey, we've observed a significant gap between service providers and service seekers in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And a major reason behind this gap is the lack of trust in service providers. One of the first challenges that entrepreneurs face is finding reliable partners to register their companies or manage their legal and financial needs. And so to address this gap and add value to the ecosystem, we are excited to announce the launch of a platform designed to help entrepreneurs register their businesses and handle financial and legal compliances effortlessly. We've assembled a team of highly qualified and experienced CAs and lawyers who are equipped to assist your business from its very inception. Whether you're looking for company registration, regulatory compliances, GST registration and filing, founders or shareholders agreements, or legal documentation for fundraising, we've got you covered. So if you're an entrepreneur in need of any of these services, simply fill out the Google form link down below with a couple of details about your requirements, and our team will get in touch with you at the earliest. Let's work together to make your entrepreneurial journey smoother and more successful. All right, next up in the news, and also related to AI here, Paytm has teamed up with Perplexity to bring AI-powered search directly into Paytm's app, allowing users to ask financial questions in their local languages and get instant answers from reliable sources. Paytm's founder and CEO, Vijay Shekhar Sharma, sees this AI integration as more than just a feature. He believes such AI products products could become a major profit driver for Paytm in the coming years. And this isn't just about search. Paytm is also working on AI tools to help their users manage savings, track spending, and oversee their investment portfolios. The goal here is to simplify financial knowledge and make complex information accessible to everyday users. And for Perplexity, this is a major step towards expanding their footprint in India. The AI search platform already has over 1 million users in the country, but through this partnership, Perplexity will gain access to Paytm's massive user base of over 100 million monthly active users. To further establish itself in the Indian market, Perplexity is also working on localization efforts, including the possibility of introducing India-specific pricing models to make AI services more affordable. All right, next up in the news, remember Micromax, the Indian smartphone brand that once outsold Samsung in India? Well, their smartphone business has been struggling for a while, and now they're actually making a major pivot into renewable energy. Micromax has partnered with Chinese solar equipment maker Jinchen to launch Startup Energy to produce high-efficiency solar panels in India. And as part of this deal, Jinchen is setting up a 5 gigawatt advanced solar module manufacturing line in India, but this isn't Micromax's first attempt at diversification. With smartphone sales declining, they have also expanded into multiple sectors in search of their next big success. Startup Energy is Micromax's third new venture. They've also teamed up with Taiwan-based Friesen to manufacture memory modules for IT hardware under the brand MiFi, and they've also entered into India's media space with a venture offering bundled over-the-top content services for TV viewers. And so Micromax is placing their bets on smartphones, memory chips, digital entertainment, and now solar panels. But will any of these moves actually pay off? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. All right, next up in the news, Ashneer Grover has shut down his fantasy gaming platform CrickPe, saying we're not keen on the space giving misplaced connotation of gambling with gaming in India. But while CrickPe is shutting down, Times Internet just launched their fantasy gaming platform CrickBuzz 11. Now, CrickBuzz 11 is dropping right in the middle of the Champions Trophy and Women's Premier League, with the Indian Premier League just around the corner too. And while the timing is perfect, it still won't be easy for CrickBuzz to capture the market for two specific reasons. One, the fantasy gaming market in India is already dominated by giants like Dream11, MPL, and My11 Circle, and also the industry is facing serious heat from the government's recent 28% GST on full transaction value, which has already forced some platforms to shut down, including CrickPe. All right, now let's move into the funding news segment for today's video. This week, Indian startups raised just $98 million, which is lower than last week's $149 million, and it's also below the trend line. But let's take a look at some of the companies that raised funds this week. The first one I want to talk about here is Gurugram-based B2B sourcing startup Genie Mode, which connects home decor and furniture buyers directly with the suppliers that make those products. And they've raised $50 million in their Series C round. Following that, we have MOC Cancer Care, which is a chain of cancer daycare centers focusing on providing accessible and personalized cancer treatment, especially chemotherapy and medical management, and they've raised $18 million. After that, we have Bengaluru-based space tech startup Astrogate Labs, which develops high-speed laser-based communication systems for satellites and ground stations, and they've raised $1.3 million. Next, we have Mumbai-based gaming studio Triple Tap Games, which develops casual mobile games like Fun to Find and Cleaning Fever, and they've raised $1.2 million in their pre-seed round. Following that, we have Bengaluru-based fintech startup Dodo Payments, which handles international payments, taxes, compliance, and billing, making it easier for companies to sell their products or services globally. And they raised $1.1 million in their pre-seed round. And then finally, we have Make in the Box, a company that specializes in creating modular mobile factories that help businesses to manufacture products directly at the point of demand. And they've raised $260,000 in their seed round. All right, that is all the news that I have for you all this week. I really hope you enjoyed the video, this 250th episode of our weekly Indian startup news series. I can't believe we've been doing it this long, this many weeks. We'd love to hear from you again in the comments down below. But either way, I'm Caleb Friesen, and this has been Backstage with Millionaires. I'll catch you in the next one.